you?
Hello.
Hello.
How am I, or how were they?
Everyone.
Oh, wow.
I had enough coffee this morning. So we have done a lot of changes since the last time we did any kind of vlog.
That's true. We kind of let vlog go by the wayside because we had other things to focus on, and I think the benefit shows from that.
Yeah. Man, I can't remember the last time we did a vlog.
Let's just go back to Connecticut and you can start the story there.
Okay. So from Connecticut, I was doing speech therapy about a half an hour twice a week. Maybe?
If that. Needless to say, it wasn't enough. So you had found yourself some intensive programs.
Yes, I found an intensive aphasia program, aka 5 days a week for how many hours?
4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like 6 weeks.
And
that was Florida. That's what took us to Florida.
Yes, right. So we did that move. And it was wonderful. It was a catalyst that really reactivated me. And I was doing multiple hours of reading and all those things. And I said, oh, I can do this. And that was great. I think that got me back. And I've also found a lot of people with aphasia who have pushed themselves as well. I think that was said, oh, I can do this. And so I got back to reading. I'm not reading novels, but I can read short passages and all those things. And that was great.
A menu, going somewhere to eat,
Yes.
things in the grocery store to find things, read the difference between different products in the grocery store. Like,
Numbers. I know all my numbers, yeah.
Really functional reading. And I don't think there's one thing that contributed to that, but I think the one thing of showing that you can make a change really started that. So as our lease came to an end in Florida, Ed looks at me and says, I want more independence.
Yeah.
I mean, that was something I never thought I would hear quite that way. Like, I want to do more things. And the timing was right. You know, we had an opportunity for me work-wise to return to Phoenix, and you had been looking at Phoenix because why?
It sounds a little strange outside of actually experiencing, but there's a robot driving, the car drives itself. And that's great because now I can go to speech by myself and I can go to the grocery store by myself. And now that I know numbers, all those different things, it's taken a lot of the burden off of you.
Yeah.
And that's really important to me because for how many years you've had to take me everywhere, always.
Yeah, minimum of 4, and then with the speed bumps along the way. So, you know, one of the hardest things for me was the appointments that I didn't really need to be at. They were therapy for Ed. I would still have to drive, work in the car. Now I'm able to stay home working, join meetings, do things with my office, and Ed's able to get himself to and from these appointments. And I think even for me, understanding this part was hard. I'm like, well, everywhere we've lived, we've had Uber and Lyft. And for you, that didn't work because you had to interact with a person, explain to them, you know, you can't have conversation easily, the smells in the car, the music they were playing.
I mean,
the
loud music. Yeah. People were blasting loud music in there. And I was just, that would have been annoying before I'd ever heard of aphasia.
So the great thing with Waymo is, I mean, the cars are maintained by them. You're able to control your own environment from the touch screen in the car. You can control the temperature, and it really gives Ed back all of that independence. And just this past week, you know, another stable MRI.
Yes.
For you.
I don't know how many MRIs we've gotten since the last time we did do a vlog, but everything has gotten actually better.
So a lot of the scarring that happened as a result of that seizure and the radiation is slowly beginning to heal and kind of settle into what it will be. And you know, all along this journey, one of the things that I don't know that people necessarily understand is part of where we moved and why we moved and when we moved was the oncology teams you had and the programs you had. Yeah. So you're back here in Phoenix with the oncology team that really was caring for you immediately post-seizure. And even for them, like, this is magnificent. Ed's next goal is to get back to work or volunteering, like, really meaningful.
Yeah.
And I don't think the cancer scare will ever go away. Every time scan comes around, anxiety is real. You know, there were times where it was dark for both of us, you know, financially, health, everything, because no one should have to go through these adventures that we've gone through. But on the other side, I'm glad to say we were able, that everyone was here to support us, help us.
Yep.
And this vlog was an outlet for you, even if just on Instagram, when you were doing stories when we couldn't do vlogs. So you really wanted to come back and give everyone that update because you've all been hanging in there for us.
Yeah. And yeah, you're right. That really does come down to you guys giving us a rationale to say, hey, I can keep going. There's someone out there listening. And I think that's made the big difference.
So tell Ed that you want him to do more vlogs and pick it back up again. Because if you all remember, let's go back 4 or 5 years when this first started. This was Ed's project.
Yes.
This was him going into the theme parks, doing things. I jumped in because it was fun and silly and we play really well off of each other. But it's just kind of been sitting while we go through all of this. Remember he said he needs something to do. He wants to work and get back to meaningful things. You all mean a lot to him. Cheer him on. You need to pick up the camera and do vlogging.
I will give it my best go. Anyway, yes, we'll do our best. At least check in on everybody as soon as we can.
Yep. And we'll try to get better with updates and posts just of what we're doing on Instagram and hopefully here. And, we realize when we don't update all of you and it kills us a little bit on the inside. But as you all know, the things that go on behind the scenes of what everyone sees in our lives is a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping this year with the changes and everything, I'm able to give some attention to myself coming down a couple notches this year.
Yeah, right.
So,
caregivers really need that support.
Yep.
So, yeah.
We won't even go there now. But thank you. Happy 2024. And
Jeez, already.
let's see what I know. Let's see what this year can bring.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Just so you know, I'm not driving and Jason's not driving. Look, the robot's doing it. Better driver than most people nowadays.